Oh, so y'all saving the kid?
Shit, like where I can save one or save the other.
Because that's always going to be my child.
I think I would think the child. I think I would do the child.
That's always going to be my child. That ain't going to always be my wife, potentially. Imagine that. You say your wife and then she ended up divorcing you a year later.
You save your future ex-wife. I saved you to do this shit.
That is true.
I saved you just for you to take half of my.
All right, where are we going to next? You got some real life feelings about the Juju and Jayden. You still left it.
Oh yeah,
that's why that fucked me up. Jayden.
I didn't even change it. Yeah, who the hell is Jaylen? Yeah, Juju Watkins first before we go in there. I hope she has a speedy recovery. She tore her ACL in the NCAA. Yeah, UConn just beat them to get to the Final Four.
That would have been.
But it was without Juju. It would have been a way. And shit, I think Paige dropped like 40, 50 or something. Like she went crazy.
Shout out to UConn.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch tomorrow. We need another parade. Mm-hmm. That's all. Like, listen, come on, women. But getting distracted. My bad. Juju. Yeah. Hope you get recover. You're back. You know what I'm saying. Your knee is back good because she's a baller. She's a baller. But Juju and Jayden. I'm just gonna pull it up because I had a problem with this, and I'll expound a little bit more. But basically, they was at an NCAA tournament game, and both of them were sitting beside each other. Both of them close in age, I think. I think Jayden he was a rookie last year.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? She's in like her 4th or 3rd year, I think. Let's just jump into it, and I want Britt to go first when we're concluded.
Can you see the
Mm-hmm.
You can see it.
I don't know. Last time I looked over her shoulder, oof, got an eyeful, didn't we?
You talking about the poop? You still talking about that poop? I said I was sorry, Britt. I will never click on a random link again. Oh man, hold on. Let me turn this back up. All right, there we go.
Oh, Juju hasn't left the building because Jayden Daniels is here.
Tight
She
shit.
started to leave. I was watching her, and then I think she saw Jayden.
So Juju's like,
Now she was sitting
those
but
amazing
on this
things
side.
you did with Washington was awesome. Oh, Juju hasn't left the building because Jayden Daniels.
Yeah. So in the clip, as we can see, Juju and Jayden chopping it up. I can see it. I can see him doing the
You so crazy.
Yeah, you so crazy. You know what I mean? And she cheesing.
She don't really smile like that.
Exactly. I always see a scowl on her face.
But she pretty though.
Yeah, very much so. And then in the bottom clip, later on down the line, we have Jayden's mom.
Mama Daniels.
Betwixt the two. Britt.
What puzzles me is why did she treat Juju like she was some gold digger? Like she don't
Got some shit going for her, right?
right.
Talk about it. Okay. Expound.
I'm still trying to understand that. And what gets me is a lot of moms want to date their sons. Like, why are you treating that little boy like he's your man?
Yo.
And then is he there to somehow focus on this game? Like, what? You're more trying to protect him from a gold digger, but you're acting like this said gold digger. Like, God forbid he starts dating a woman.
What if she's trying to protect him from himself?
Yeah, you could do that, but I don't think that is the approach.
I agree with what you're saying. And the reason why I really wanted to talk about this is for us to put on the table and talk about the concept of boy moms.
Yeah.
Right? Boy moms, they like you said, I think a lot of boy moms, like, maybe not explicitly, but implicitly, y'all do things in a certain kind of way that makes it look like you are dating your son.
Well, I think you should change it to mama's boys.
No, I mean all moms of boys.
Well, here's the thing.
Or I guess single moms of boys, maybe.
No, because I think there are, like, as far as like mom, what do you say, mom boys?
Mom boys.
There are,
Or boy moms, I guess.
Boy
there are boys or men now who will fight against being treated like that.
Yeah,
Versus,
okay.
Jayden Daniels, who will allow it to actually happen. And that's why I say you should focus more on the mama's boys who don't say anything and let that go unchecked.
Okay.
Because I
see what you're
know
saying.
I think of, and I don't even want to like personalize it, but just myself versus like my brother. And like if we were both in those situations, how that would go.
Right.
And so, but yeah, continue. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, I just think when we talk about raising men, and listen, if y'all was raised by a single mother, or if there's single mothers out there that listen to the pod and everything like that, we appreciate you. We appreciate y'all moms that did it and everything like that. I just think sometimes, and everybody's human, but I think sometimes we get carried away. And I think the people that will get carried away the most will be moms to boys, which is why we have the conversation around men today, where like the men that are being raised today, like they're not being raised by men, they're being raised by boy moms who protect them, coddle them, and give them everything what they want. The reason why I have a problem with this is because it's like, I get it. Okay. You're trying to be the mom, like, I'm not gonna let my son go ahead and have a baby and all that, X, Y, Z. We see the shit with Anthony Edwards, and she trying to avoid that. I get it. But like you said, this is Juju Watkins. Like, she got money. I know she got NIL. She's going to be in the league. She's going to be number 1 overall pick probably, depending on when she goes into the league. Why? I don't like I get it. If you want to move that way, move that way. But now you're trying to make it more about yourself and imposing yourself in these situations rather than it really being about him. Because it's like, everybody knows Juju. Like, you worried about someone that actually has something going for themselves in a career ahead.
Right.
I don't know. And I just think like when she why are we listening to his mom on podcast talking about that?
Is she?
She was on a podcast when she was first talking about like, oh, I'm not letting my son do all of this X, Y, Z and the third. I'm like, why are we hearing from you?
I think it's the responsibility of both the parent and the son when they get to a certain age to now break free of that and allow for the child to essentially fly the nest.
Yeah.
Because I think we get so used to, obviously we should take the advice and counsel of our parents, but it should never be to the point where our parents are ruling and running our lives and making the decisions for us at a certain age, especially when you are an established now top tier quarterback in the NFL, such as Jayden Daniels.
Yeah.
And your mother should no longer be the ruler of who you see and how you live your life. You've made it this far. Obviously, she played a big part in that. But she shouldn't now have the overall say in what you are now going to do once you make it to this point. Obviously, you still take heed to what she's saying in her counsel, but you shouldn't allow her to come in between you and your happiness. Because now, once you do find someone and she is going to replace her, there's going to be conflict between the two.
Yeah.
Because
we see that a lot though, like like moms that like boy moms that just don't get along with whatever significant other they are just because you're dating their son, like, and they're going out their way to do that. So.
And then now you are leading yourself and your son to potential a bigger conflict, because now once he does find that quote unquote love of his life, you're not going to be able to tell him anything. You're not going to be able to keep him from that woman. You're not going to be able to say, okay, you aren't going to play a role in my son's life. He's going to pick you. He's going to pick her over you.
Okay.
Eventually.
Real quick. Who comes first? Significant other, mom, children? I always say, like, if I get to the point of, you know what I'm saying, like marriage or whatever, my wife, right? I always used to say, I would put my mom and the kids over the wife. But now that I grow older and I start to think, I'm like, I think first in regards to like building and having a family, you have to choose your significant other over your mom if you're in love and it gets to that point. Like, I just think like that has to be like the case. Like, you gotta, it's picking and choosing. Like, Ma, I love you, man, but like at the end of the day, I gotta make sure my home is happy, you know what I'm saying, before anything. So
that's a good question.
I think it depends on the relationship that your significant other has with their parent.
they don't. Because
like, if you have a relationship like that with your mom, and then you're gonna be like, oh, well, I'm just gonna pick my mom because of like how you explained it, or I'm gonna pick. You already had a real strange relationship with your mom.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But if you have a positive one, or positive for the most part, you know, nothing's perfect. And then it comes to who do you choose? I would want you to be like, I'm going for my mom because of the relationship you have with your mom. Because I would pick my mom. But we have a positive relationship. Now, if it's because your mom, like you said, controls you and tells you what to do and has coddled you and does all that, and then you say you pick your mom, then it's like, well, you were never really ever going to choose me because you are kind of protecting that situation that y'all have.
So, so to answer your question, I think personally, I think the tier should be children, wife, mom. Unfortunately, because I love my mom and she's always been there for me through everything. And like I don't want to say wife and mom could be interchangeable, but like I think if we're speaking on building a future, right, and moving through life, like your mom or parent isn't going to be your number one priority in moving through life.
Once you like,
because they've spent their lives helping you even get to this point. And it's not a thing where, okay, I have to reciprocate that energy to keep what was already built. No, we have to keep moving forward. In order to do that, you got to start a family, children, wife. And now your new responsibility is no longer on making sure you're happy, your mom is happy and reliant on you. You have your children to worry about.
Exactly.
And raise and allow, give them the rites of passage to move through this world. But
I mean, let's be honest. In real healthy relationships with healthy boundaries, there is no picking and choosing. Like it.
Oh yeah, there is 100%. Like black and white. Like, listen, my mom tells me to do this, and the shorty I'm living with want to do this.
I'm talking about life.
That's what I'm saying. Well, okay, maybe I might have not. I did say shorty that I'm living with.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was. But all right, wife. I'm saying common law marriage, however the fuck it work. If y'all are building an empire,
marriage. What do you mean common law marriage?
Because like there's people that are married, and there's like common law. Like if y'all live in the same
There's
like
actually
dwelling.
no common law in Connecticut.
What?
So
It varies from state to state.
just put that out there.
Hey, the more you know. Yeah. We gotta get the rainbow sound.
So I do that when I call the cops on my ex.
Whoever get the phone first, the other one's going to jail. Yeah. Get the yelling and hollering at me. Yeah. You better stay on that side, bitch. You see it's already down. Yeah. It's crazy to think, because like the older that I get and I think about it, like even as a child, like my mom, and I love my mom, and I think because Aunt think that I'm gonna end up with a white woman.
I know.
No, you know what? No, dude, don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Jesus Christ.
But like, I've gotten to the point where I think like, listen, like I know my mom has her opinions and she's very opinionated and she's gonna think about to give me her advice on things and everything like that. But end of the day, like I have to make the best decision for not only myself but for my significant other if I am in that case.
Or what you think is the best decision, because a lot of the times mothers do know best. I'm not going to take that away from.
That is 100% true. Yeah.
So you should still take heed to it.
100%. Yeah.
And so if she say stay away from the white women.
I be telling her like they be baking me cookies and shit. Mom, I'm sorry.
Not the cookies.
Yeah, the sugar cookies, the easiest cookies.
Casseroles and shit.
Man, listen, like white bitch one time tried to tell me, "Oh, I know how to make fried chicken." Bitch, you're done. You're done. The fuck you gonna bring up fried chicken? I bring up the fried chicken around this motherfucker.
So I said, children, wife, mother, and or parent.
Yeah,
parents.
I agree. I think we asked on the pod in the before for, like, it was like if your significant other, and I want your opinion on this. If for us, it would be if the girl that you're with, you have a choice to save the girl or save the child. And I remember before I said I would have a hard time not saving the child. But now I'm more of the mindset of like, yeah, it would make sense to actually save the girl.
Make another one.
I know you say because you would be the one. Me dying?
I mean, how old is the child?
You don't really. I mean, any scenario really. Actually, no. Age of the child actually would matter. Because the child is like 11 years old.
Oh, I was thinking older. Like if we old age house on fire, you think I'm finna try to get this 70-year-old man out of here? No.
70?
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go get my.
Yeah, offseat. Offspring? That's offseat.
No, I'm saying like if my husband is 70.
Mm-hmm. You gonna leave Mr. Earl to die? You gonna leave Mr. Earl to go ahead and just burn up in the house?
Hey.
Damn.
I mean,
me and my kid can move on. And vice versa. If it's, me and my child could. I mean, me and my husband could,
I think it depends on the level of like importance in which you see them in your life.
What's your child? And
who do you feel like would be more important?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say my child.
Oh.
Yeah, I would say that too.
Oh, so y'all saving the kid?
Yeah.
Oh, if I have both hands like on some like the good son shit, like where I can save one or save the other.
Because that's always gonna be my child.
Yeah, I think I would think the child. I think I would do the child too.
That's always gonna be my child. That ain't gonna always be my wife, potentially. Imagine that you say your wife and then she ended up divorcing you a year later.
You save your future ex-wife. What the fuck? I saved you to do this shit.
That is true.
I saved you just for you to take half my shit. Nah, you got the yeah.
I was just watching a good, very good episode of Flagrant 2. I don't know if y'all watched that.
Flagrant 2 is the name of it?
Yeah, with Andrew Schultz. And they were interviewing a divorce attorney, and like he made a lot of good points in regards to just like why people feel the need to get married and like just this day and age and wanting to get the government involved in your relationship, and like how it's just like it's a social construct versus people actually desiring or feeling the pressure to get married. I just want to throw that out there. Go watch it if y'all feel the need. It's like a 2-hour interview, but it really.
No, that's a good point because remember before the pod, we were talking and I was saying like, yo, like I like because you was asking me like, yo, do you still want to get married? I'm like, I don't know if I necessarily want to get married. You know what I'm saying?
Because everything is going so well, why now involve legalities into your relationship?
Exactly. If I'm making a commitment to you, that's my commitment to you. Like, what I don't got to get the law involved and the taxes and the changing.
Yeah,
I get you. I get what you're saying, man. Cause like, And especially like I think Trump is trying to change some laws in regards to like divorce and like how like shit is like that is like split amongst people and everything. But I don't know. Once
you want to get married, like legally,
Yep.
like you don't want to work no more and just have him pay for everything, married.
or like, do you want to? All right, let me.
I don't know where that came from.
I was like, I don't know what kind of marriage you looking for. You trying to not work no more marriage, or you cool with working? That's basically what
No, I do want to work. I
love
mean,
it.
work as in not like
work less.
working in, but
All right, are you?
my
25
Would
hours
you
a
be
week.
content with finding your life partner that brings all the happiness, joy, and love to you without involving the government?
Well, I don't see it as involving the government again because of my like
What-
religion. It's more of like a
So you don't need to sign anything.
bridging together.
So you don't need to sign anything.
No, I'm saying I don't look at marriage as a government thing.
But it is a government thing. You are legally binding one another through the state, which is the government.
You can only file your taxes as either married filing jointly or married filing separate.
He learned that in school.
Yes, sir. Listen. When you get married, shit, everything literally like is intermixed and intertwined. Like you can't like avoid that. So I don't know, man. It's tough.
So that's why I'm asking. Like, if you found your life partner, and this question is for you too. If you found your life partner who you loved and you know they love you, and there's nothing else that could bring y'all closer and amplify that love that y'all have for one another, is now legally bringing the government into your relationship a necessary component for both of y'all?
No, not for me. As long as I can have a wedding.
That's it, and that's the thing.
Yeah, I just want to have. I want a wedding. I think that's the thing.
Hey,
Yeah.
vows, all that. I'm cool with it.
Yep. Like me professing my commitment and all of those things. I'm cool with doing all of that. But like going down to the courthouse and signing. I don't know, man.
Is it necessary for you?
But it's not necessary in the way that you're framing it. For me, it's
How am I framing it?
I'm on the opposite side because for me it's more of like a traditional thing of marriage. I'm not thinking about it as like I'm signing this love over to the government. I'm thinking of it as like
Aren't you?
a unity and a just a traditional thing.
But aren't you signing it over to the government?
I mean, I guess I never like looked into like how being married is like a government thing.
Well, because I recommend everybody go watch this anyway. I enjoyed it, but he framed it as though like you are now signing a contract in which you no longer negotiate the terms and condition of said contract. And so there's only two ways to get out of this contract. It's through divorce or death. And you have no control over how this contract goes.
That's not true.
How so? I get it, prenups, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're going to say. But that's in divorce.
But you sign a prenup prior to getting married.
But that's in divorce.
Right, but you're saying you have no control over like
So like,
the contract.
yeah.
But
If they say, all right, and like he just said, when you're filing your taxes, it's either you're single or you are married, right? You have no say over if you didn't want your incomes to be combined or whatever it is as a married person, you have no say over that.
I mean, you can still file separately, but it's just like it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
You can file separate as a married person.
Yeah, married filing jointly and you got married filing separately. But most times it doesn't make any sense for married couples to file separately. Like the benefits that you get by being married outweighs by filing separately. So like it doesn't really make any sense to do that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Anywho,
The more you know.
regardless, Yes, in divorce. You have no say in it.
You have no say in the divorce happening?
That too.
I'm not understanding the question.
No,
Like-
it's not necessarily. It's just a statement. You have like, you get married. You signing a contract. You're legally binding yourself to somebody, right? And let's say they do want to get divorced, right? As a man or the earner, the higher earner, the breadwinner, if the state says, hey, you have to give half of whatever it is.
Shit. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I heard that half, but that half hurt. Oh man.
Oh, what was I saying?
The state telling you gotta give half.
Oh yeah. This is without a before I even say what I was gonna say, would you sign a prenup?
Yes. And it's not what I signed. Both parties can go in with a prenup.
Mm-hmm.
I have a coworker who, when she got engaged and everything like that, she told him, we're getting a prenup. 2 lawyers, one side hires a lawyer, the other side hires a lawyer, and they go in with.
I feel like most women don't have that.
And the other thing about a prenup is it's very expensive. She's paid over $10,000 for her lawyer and her prenup, but she also has assets, multiple homes.
And even in hearing that, it's just like, why not? Like, you're adding that extra layer of stress to your relationship. You, especially if you don't, like, if you know in us not legally binding with one another, you won't even need a prenup.
Are you playing the advocate side of the prenup?
No, I'm playing the side of like, all right, like getting like legally married, bringing the government into your happy relationship, and like thinking, is it necessarily a necessity to like amplify your relationship and bring y'all closer together?
I think some people see it as like just like a full-fledged commitment. Like they see it as, you signing this paper and actually making it legally binding and going through that process. It's seeing it as like, all right, we're in this. We're going to do this. But like time and time and again, we've seen that marriages, if they, end in divorce, everybody except Halle Berry, really, men normally are on the short end of the stick, including Halle Berry. She got to pay alimony to all her ex-husbands. It's kind of crazy how she set up. But I don't know. Some people see it as that commitment. Like okay, you really are about it. But we can't think of it like that. Like back in the day, niggas was getting married and niggas was just married. Y'all, we just married.
And that's the thing. I think it's like if you find your person and y'all are happy together, like there is no need to just do all the extra shit to prove that we are here for one another. Like it's either you are and you aren't. Yeah. And there is no piece of paper that's going to prove that. It's either you feel that your partner is legitimately going to be there for you through till death, do y'all part, or they're not. And it's like, all right, y'all are, especially on the man side, most of the time, like are essentially like adding this idea of like, okay, I need to be on my best behavior because I don't want to potentially lose my children, my house, pensions, assets, if this does not go how it's supposed to go. And obviously we can't dictate how a marriage or a relationship will go because we can't predict the future. But I don't know. I think we are constantly sold this dream that we need to go ahead and get married versus just finding love and being happy.
I think it's the opposite.
What do you mean?
I think now we are more so, especially men, are more so sold the dream that they don't need marriage and there's no point and it's the government and all of that. But like, if you are so in love and so happy, then like, how is it really changing?
Because you're bringing the government in. I'm not anti.
But like, what is the government going to do that's going to change the relationship?
Tell me to give her half of everything that I have.
If it doesn't work out in our favor. And that goes back to me saying we don't dictate if it works out in our favor. But I'm not saying like I'm anti like unity. Like I want to find a life partner that I can move through life and we are on the same accord and all that. But if it requires me having to now have this dark cloud over our relationship in the slim chance or the chance that it doesn't work out between us, it's like, do I really want to do this?
And I think it's crazy also because I feel like a lot of times, like at least of recent, men more so looking at it as marriage is like a dark cloud, which it shouldn't be.
I think they look at divorce as the dark cloud,
like that. The what's around the corner that might could be type of thing. Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense because
that's what it is. That's why I'm saying I don't look at marriage like that. Like to me,
neither do I.
And like you said, like you just want the wedding. I don't intend to have this big wedding. I don't.
Shit, I need the biggest day. Everybody invited. Pull up. Nah, I'm lying. I'll probably invite like 30 people to my wedding.
I want to have a destination wedding.
See, this nigga always gotta be fucking extra, bro.
It's not extra.
Nah, I gotta get a passport, nigga. That's extra.
You should already have your passport. What do you mean? You should already have that.
Man, I hate when he be making points and shit. Like, damn. Like,
anywho, we went off on a tangent.
Yeah, we did.
What else y'all want to talk about?
What was the last thing that we was talking about?
Marvin's up.
No, Juju.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Juju and Jalen. Hey, Jayden Daniels. I said Jalen again. Jayden Daniels. Hey, Jayden Daniels' mom. Leave that man alone.
Let him be a man.
Come on, man. Let him be a man. Let him be a man. Come on, man. Like, I think he's smart enough. I think the way that you talk and the way that you move, you raised him correctly that he know better. Like, let him do him. I just thought that was selfish of what she was doing to wrap that up.
Yeah, you wrapped that up. I would say
she was crying.
No. In the same
really
line
touched
of
her, didn't it?
Marriage and divorce, you have Netflix and Pop the Balloon. I think
that was a perfect